What up folks, Graphics Rogue here, and today we will be watching a Rome 2 online replay battle. I will be playing as the Suebi and my opponent will be playing as Macedon. Let's check it out. And welcome folks to the Battle of Vesontio. As you see, I've got a mighty Suebi army ready for me. I've got, I've got Germanic Scout Riders and 2 Germanic Scout Riders, 1 Noble Rider, which is my general unit, and I've got I've got another Noble Rider over here. I've got some units hidden in the woods. We have a lot of woods to deal with, and of course the Suebi, the Barbarian Suebi, they work best in the woods. We've got a Berserkers here. They are backing up my two units of Wodenaz spears on my left, and the same thing on my right. Got 2 Wodenaz spears backed up by some Berserkers, and I'm sending my main cavalry force to the right and deeper into the forest here to help back up my right flank. My left flank I have far out here. I plan them to be a more of a sneaky, stealthy flanking force. They are way out here, and I want to get them engaged in this area. My initial plan is to get them out here because my enemy is in the forest. They are hidden in the forest, and I want them to get out of the forest so I can swing around with those units and just smash them. But my enemy is content with staying in the forest for now. My enemy's brought a lot of Cretan archers, like 3 or 4, I think 4. He's brought a few hoplites, a bunch of thorax swordsmen, and some pikemen. These guys are looking pretty cool. My enemy is playing as Macedon. Normally I would think I'm fucked playing as a Western barbarian faction playing against Macedon. But I've been thinking of more tactical ways to face these kinds of opponents. These more civilized opponents don't need to be the ones that win all the time. So I'm pushing forward my Germanic Scout Riders and gonna try to charge as mercenary Cretan archers, mostly as a way to just drive them off to get them out of formation, and mostly more as a way of revealing their units. I want to reveal their army. I want to know where they are. So I've messed with them. I've made them run behind their lines. They thought I was going to charge them, but I wasn't. So I pulled my cavalry back, and my noble riders, they were slow. They were slow to catch up, but they charged with their companion cavalry. They have about 2 companion cavalry. Yeah, and they tried to charge and drive my cavalry back, but I pulled these guys far back because I don't want to get them engaged just yet. I just wanted to probe and see what they got going on over here. So I know they don't have anything big time hidden over here. They got some cavalry. They're going to move their cavalry into these foresty areas, have them hidden up here. So I'm going to move up my Wodenaz spears as well as my Berserker units to help deal with that. I've got one noble rider over here, 2 Germanic Scout Riders. These guys aren't good for much except for, running down light infantry and some archers and flanking shots and getting the back of the units and hitting them hard in the back. That's the most good these Germanic Scout Riders are for. Didn't have quite enough money to make as many Noble Riders as I want, so I got 2 Noble Riders. I think I've got another Noble Rider over here. It is hard to see in these woods, but that can be a help and that can be a hindrance. Yeah, I've got another Noble Rider over here. We wanted to quickly get into this area before he sees what I got going on, but he probably saw that was not hidden, but I get him quickly hidden into these woods again. The enemy army is mostly hidden in this area, in this yellow foresty area. So I'm moving my cavalry ahead because I want to draw them in. I've got my Wodenaz spears hidden over here. I'm slowly moving ahead my main line. My main line is full of sword masters, and I've got behind them, backing them up, is a few longbow hunters. Longbow hunters aren't very good in the scheme of things, but focus them on the enemy and they'll put some hurt on them. They'll do well enough. So I'm moving ahead my cavalry. I want to drag them out, and finally they've taken the bait. So I'm going to pull my cavalry back because I don't want to engage them with them. And I'm going to charge my Woden spears at these guys. But they see what's going on, they're going to pull back. So I'm like, I don't want them to pull back, so I'm going to charge them with my cavalry. Especially my noble riders, because my noble riders, I believe, can take out these companion cav. Companion cav got 35 melee attack. Noble riders got 47. Melee defense 37 to their 11. Yeah, my noble riders can kick their ass. That's why they're running away. They don't want any part of this. Noble riders and the Woden spears, so they're running them far back behind their lines. They don't want any part of this. So I see what they're doing, so I'm just gonna pull all these units back, pull them back into these foresty areas, and just hold the line till a better situation comes. Now over here, they've got a few of their Cretan archers. They wanted to get them far from the fight. They thought most of the cavalry were going to be a big threat against them, jamming them from over here. They moved a few of their Cretan archers out way over here, pretty much almost defenseless. They've got some hoplites over here, but a lot of them are just not near them. So I'm going to charge them with my noble riders, and I'm just going to run down some of these Cretan archers. Just knock out one of these units pretty early, and give a hurting to some of these other ones. Slowly moving up these Woden spears. I stopped them for now, but I'm going to move them up pretty soon. Right now I'm just probing their flanks, seeing what I can do, seeing what I can turn up, what I can manage to turn up for my own good. But he's charged me over here with these hoplites. He wanted to stop my Woden spears from hitting his cav, but I finally hit his cav with my noble riders. And here I pretty much forgot about my scout riders for a little bit, but I saw what was going on, so I decided to click an attack order on some of these companion cav with my scout riders, just because I want to stop them. I want to stop them from moving around. So I'm going to try to pin these guys down with my noble riders, with my scout riders, and I'm going to try to kill them with my noble riders. I pretty much smacked into the backs of these hoplites with my noble riders here, and that's one hoplite down. They have been eradicated. Over here, deep in the woods, in the foresty woods, we have knocked out this Cretan archer unit. We got them one-on-one, and we just kicked their asses. So we are slowly taking some of their units out one by one here. I slow down my Germanic scout riders because the enemy cavalry have gotten a little too far from where I want them to be. My berserkers are of course going berserk, and I cannot control them. But now they're out of berserk mode. But my enemy sees a weakness here, and they charge the flank of my berserkers pretty hard. They just knock them the fuck out over here. On my left flank over here, they're trying to defend the archers a little more. They see these noble riders coming in, and so they're going to pull them back behind these lines. I see this, so I just stop following these guys, and I just try to hopefully follow these guys through this gap. I want to get through this gap and just knock out another one of these mercenary Cretans. That will be good for me. I charge these companion cav with my Germanic scout riders. I just want to stop them. I want to slow them down. They took out a lot of my berserkers, but I finally got a hold on some of these companion cav, and I just want to charge them with my Woden spears. And all while this is happening, I'm slowly moving up my my main line, inch by inch, bit by bit. I'm moving up my main line. I've slaughtered a crapload of Cretan archers over here somewhere. One of these units. I've killed a bunch of Cretan archers, and I've now pulling back this cavalry unit behind my lines. I've got my sword masters. These are my main killing. This is my main killing line over here. We are slowly but surely weakening their flanking forces. We are weakening the enemy flank. We are just knocking their shit around. And my enemy, it's probably pretty hard for my enemy to see what the hell's going on, because A lot of things happened where I think he wouldn't have let happen if he had saw what was going on. I was having a hard time keeping up with what all was going on in these woods here. And these they chased down some of my units with all these thorax swordsmen. I saw that and I pulled them back. I wanted to get them back out into the clear open where I can see what was going on. My Germanic scout riders are surrounding these hoplites, just kicking their shit in pretty hard. My other units over here just pulled far back over here. No, that's not my unit. It's companion cav. This is my general unit. My general units, I pulled them back far over here. Yeah, I pulled them back far over here because they were getting wrecked out. They were just getting wrecked. They were getting slaughtered over here. Over here, I decided to move up my flanking force a little more with my Wodeness spears and my noble riders and my berserkers. I want to begin to envelop this flank over here. We are moving forward, closer and closer to these swordmasters. Closer and closer shall be the time. We are nearing the time where the full engagement of my main line will begin to commence. Moving ahead, my Wodeness spears. We are getting ready for a full flanking attack. And over at this side, we've pretty much kicked their shit in, and we're pulling back to a safer position. But I decide to attack, and we charge them. Charge them, men! And now it is battle. Battle between the Germanics and the so-called civilized Macedonians. Yeah, we got under their hoplites. The hoplites can hold out a lot. They've got good defense, but they're just going to get eat. Look at that. My swordmasters haven't even lost a unit. Now they've lost a unit, but they're just getting eaten. These hoplites getting eaten up by my swordmasters. When I discovered, I think actually when I found out that these hoplites were far away from their pikemen, and I discovered that they were hoplites and not just pikemen, my swordmaster's going to eat these guys for breakfast. They can hold, but not for long. And they are moving in their royal peltas, which are very good units. And they will give my swordmaster some trouble. But the only thing I really know is not to go head-to-head with these pike units yet. I'll have to eventually, because I'll have to pin them down. But for right now, I'll have to keep my swordmasters in front of them to make sure they don't do anything tricky. So we've surrounded those companion cavalry. We slaughtered them. We've set up our line of defense here to make sure they don't go around us with all these thorax swordsmen they have. They have a lot of thorax swordsmen. These Wodeness spears will eventually get just knocked the fuck out by these thorax swordsmen. They are not going to do very well against them, but they will hold out long enough. All I need for them to do is hold these guys, pin them down. They got two units on one Wodeness spear over here. I just need them to hold them down. So I'm going to send these units out to the side. We're going to try to go around, flank, smash them from the back. I just need them to hold out long enough. Now over here on the side, where our flanking forces are completely enveloping their general unit in the royal peltests. Our berserkers have gone berserk, of course, and they're just slaughtering them. The general unit is gone. We're crushing them. We are crushing their archer units one by one with our cavalry strikes in the back here. Where we're setting these guys up. We're getting ready to surround these guys. Yeah, I've got my scout riders just coming from the back, hitting and running what little they've got. They tried to attack here to stop me from attacking their Cretan archers, but I've mowed them down. They've got not very many Cretan archers left. They have hardly any left. And I got plenty of longbow hunters. They are attacking. They are sending some thorax pikemen to attack these longbow hunters, but I've got plenty of longbow hunters and I've got plenty of sword masters to deal with it. Actually, I don't think I saw this unit. I must not have. I don't think I would have charged through here. I don't think I saw this unit go through here. I think I had my mind on a million other things. Over here, we came around and we hit the backs of these thorax swordsmen with my general unit, but they are pretty wrecked. And these guys are just going to wreck the shit out of my Wodan spears over here. They're not going to last too much longer. We've got another swordmaster. I sent in another swordmaster unit to help strengthen this line over here. I don't want this line to give way just yet. We're still dealing with the center here. We're getting these guys around, but my mind's in a million different places. I haven't attacked these guys when I should have, but they're broken here. They're just going to do what they do, but we are holding the line of a lot of guys over here. Now over here I've started to attack some of these pike units and just get around to their sides here. We've got their hoplites, but they're just going to be eaten up on my swordmasters, and I charge them from the sides and from the backs. All these pikes and all of these hoplites with my German scout riders and my swordmasters. I noticed that the fight over here is done, so I just click attack orders to come just everybody horde up, mash up on these guys. Just fuck these hoplites up. That is the plan for the day. Fuck these hoplites up. And I send my Germanic scout riders to just smash them from the back, crush these guys, and they cannot take it anymore. These hoplites are routing, and so I see they're routing, so I just get all of them, click an attack order in the backs of these thorax pikemen, and they are routing. It is a full-fledged rout. We are wrapping them up. And we are finally routing these thorax swordsmen. They see the terror, the horror going on in the forest, and they just could not take it. The battle is won. The Suebi have been victorious in the mighty forest. In the replay. So yeah, that was a close battle, but took advantage of the forest, definitely. Took advantage of my swordmasters were definitely better than their hoplites, and I was able to try to drag in and trick some of their units with some of my Wodan spears and berserkers hidden in some parts of the forest, trying to drag out some of their units to get them in traps in my forest. Their swordsmen, they did pretty good on the flank there. If they had if they had killed my guys a little quicker, and if I had not held out in the right, it might have been a different story. They might have flipped around and just smashed my swordmasters in the back, and they may have won in that bit. He sent in his Royal Peltis General unit a little too early, but it's just hard to see in those forests, and that could be a lot of people hate fighting in the forests, and I understand why, but it could be a help and it could be a hindrance. If you're a good microer and you're good at getting your eye in the forest and seeing just what the hell's going on, it can be a pretty useful tool fighting in those thick forests. It can be pretty fun too. I thought it was pretty fun. I think it's interesting that I've figured out pretty much you don't have to always lose against these so-called more civilized factions with the barbarian factions. You can figure out ways to win. Pikemen don't always have to be the crusher of the armorless barbarians. And the longbow hunters, they're not very good. They can get very many kills, but I don't know. I don't know the verdict on these longbow hunters. I don't even know if I should really bring them in future battles. I don't know if I should bring fewer of them or more of them. Maybe I should have brought fewer longbow hunters and more noble riders to try to more forcefully get into the backs. And if I have to deal with some of their archers or peltists or whoever they bring, I can just deal with it that way. Because these longbow hunters aren't very good. But the jury's still out on how I can use them. Well, that was a hell of a battle. I had a lot of fun playing that. That was a fine battle, fine opponent. I'm your graphics rogue, and I will see you next time. Peace.